Welcome to your weekly tarot forecast. So today we are diving into some cards as well as the Reiki energy that I've sent out to my Instagram followers. If you have not requested to be a part of that distance Reiki group, send me a unicorn emoji over on @MichelleShea and I will make sure to include you on the list. But every Sunday afternoon I send out energy to the collective and read into what needs a little more balance for us this week. And then we layer in the cards so that we have a little more clarity on what's going on. So first of all, the Reiki energy. I've already posted this message on my Insta stories, but just to recap or to tell you if you haven't seen that, we are dealing with a feeling of needing to express our emotions more than just verbally, but actually physically this week. So there's this thing that comes to mind when I think of this that's from a book called Pussy, a Reclamation, and it's all about reclaiming pussy and reclaiming femininity. But even if you're not of a female persuasion or if you don't identify as that type, it still has some important information in embodying your emotions. The author of this book, whose name escapes me, so just Google it, talks about how when she's feeling in the thick of her emotions, she likes to do something that she calls swamping. It's very primal. It's the idea that like when you are feeling emotions, in order to move them out of your body, you have to actually move. And that's why practices like yoga and high intensity workouts can feel so invigorating, because we're actually moving energy out of us by moving our body. So this week I really encourage you to really think about how you can do that for yourself and maybe play around with something different than the first thing that comes to your mind. So if you are a yogi like myself, you might reach out to other forms of physical activity or even just random physical activity. This doesn't have to be a structured workout or a specific movement. It can be something that is just putting on some really, really heavy beats and moving your body in whatever way expresses the emotion. So almost like an interpretive dance type thing could be exactly what you need. I know that I personally have found a lot of clarity and rooting in doing a squat challenge, which I'll be doing a video separate from this and a blog post separate, but it's making me feel very, very rooted and grounded because my legs and my root chakra area are so solid. Try it. Move through things, or just however your body naturally wants to move whenever you feel an emotion. Feel free to take those movements. Make sure that your body's staying safe, obviously, but other than that, let the movement come through you. Now on to the cards. This week's tarot is the Lioness Oracle Tarot deck, and we've pulled two cards, the energy of the week and the advice for the week. So the first card, the energy of the week, is the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is not always the most welcome card to see, but it's also really good news in disguise, because the Ten of Swords is telling us that we are going through this sort of like thick of anxiety and emotional upheaval, and all of these things are coming to the surface that don't feel comfortable. It's not the most comfortable state to be in the Ten of Swords energy, but it's also saying you've reached the peak of that, or the rock bottom, depending on which direction you want to take it. You have come to the absolute maximum of what this experience is going to be, which means that, yeah, it's really uncomfortable, but also it can only get better from here. And the advice card that goes along with this is to help us out with that getting better energy, and that is the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is saying that it's a valuable time for you to find ways to express yourself, which is what our Reiki energy was saying as well. So you want to find really creative and emotionally driven ways to move past this energy that you've been kind of wallowing in and move forward. So again, there's no right or wrong way to do this. If you feel like the interpretive dance is the way that you're gonna get through the thick of this and move past it, awesome. If you feel like you want to do creative projects like drawing or painting, Or I really find that poetry is a great way to move emotions out of the body, because it forces us to not only think about what we want to say, but then also engage the other part of our brain and logically find rhyming words or structures or formats in order to say those things. So the more that we put the restrictions around how we have to say it, the more fulfilling it feels in the end of the thing when you've gotten all those emotions out, but within the format that you've allotted for yourself. So that's a really great way to utilize this Ace of Cups energy. And there's really just a feeling of allowing yourself to be more fluid and to try new things. Like, that's really big coming up this week between the Reiki energy and the cards. Like, yes, we are moving these emotions and this old stale energy out of our bodies, but in order to do that, we almost have to reach for something new so that we feel the effects. If we're going to the same habits that have always served us in the past, it may not feel as transformative. So by doing something new, you're pushing yourself out of that comfort zone, and you are better being able to absorb and observe the transitions and the movement that you're creating. So take that into consideration this week. I hope that this reading has served you well. If you are looking for assistance or guidance on how to move emotions or get unstuck in your life, I am opening up the next round of my 6-week coaching. It's called Spiritual Makeover on my website, michelleshaywalker.com/shop. So you can check that out. And because I know that we are in a bit of an economic sticky place right now, I'm offering very, very, very manageable payment plans for the 6-week program. So don't let sticker shock get to you. I will make this work for you in whatever way we can. We can make the payments as small as you need them to on a weekly or monthly basis. So if you are interested in this, we will make it work for you, and feel free to reach out. Otherwise, again, head over to my Instagram at Michelle Shea, send me a unicorn emoji if you're not already on my distance Reiki list and you want to be, and feel free to leave in the comments below how you are going to move energy out of your body this week. Thank you so much for being here, and I wish you a beautiful week.